how to convert your done for you templates into hyperlinked digital planners. Usually, the fastest way to start selling planners and journals is using done for you templates, right? It makes your creation process very, very fast. So usually you would get done for you templates that looks like this. And because they have the MRR and PLR rights, okay, you are allowed to sell it and keep 100% profit. And usually you get them like this. It is always, this simple, very generic. And how it works is you are expected to modify this to your own brand, or so it looks like your own, and then you sell it. So you can just change the fonts, add some graphics, and then you can sell it as it is. Okay, download it as a PDF file and sell. However, when your buyer buys it, right, they mostly are expected to print this and use. Now, the question is, how about people that want to use these planners as digital planners? Think of using them in their digital app like Notability and other digital app, OneNotes. How are they going to use it? All you have to do is convert it to a digital planner. And how do you do that? You make it hyperlinked. The beautiful thing about this tutorial is this. You already have your done for you templates. So you don't have to start creating the planners from scratch. Usually, you would see that if you want to create a planner or a calendar, usually you might want to start creating it from scratch, going through creating tables and all that. Right now, you can literally do this in few minutes by using done for you templates. Okay, now, so let's say we have your done for you template. How do I make this hyperlinked? I am going to be showing you how. This is the same planner you just saw previously, the same pet care planner. I have converted it to a digital planner so that anyone can use it digitally. Before we proceed, let me show you, as usual, that this is on demand. Look at this. When you type on hyperlink digital planner, first of all, there's a demand. Okay. Hyperlink digital planner, GoodNotes. There's a demand. People want to be able to use it digitally like this. So easy to use. Let me show you. They want to use it digitally. So they just click on something and it takes them to the next page. So this is always in demand, and this is a way that you can upgrade your done for you planner templates into hyperlink templates. I am now going back on Canva because everything is going to be done using Canva. So this is Canva. We're back on Canva. We're creating everything in Canva. Okay. This is what I mean when I say it is hyperlink. Now, when I click on index, it takes me to the index page. When you click any of this index lists, it is going to take you straight to the page. So let's say somebody buys this planner and they want to fill up the grooming tracker, or they want to print the grooming tracker. Instead of them to start, flipping through all the pages, all they need to do is click on this and it takes you to the grooming tracker. So they either can print this or fill this in digitally. This is why digital planner is always in demand. Now, the question is, how do we go about this? Right? I will be showing you how to do this. The beautiful thing about using done for you templates, okay, is that you would not have to go and start making all these pages. It is already done for you. The most important thing that you want to do is basically just making the first 2 or 3 pages of your template and you are good to go. You can sell it the way you want, right? I'm just going to show you how I did this. First of all, page one. So you go on templates. So you go on template and you type pets planner. You can pick anything that you like. So let's say we like this one, right? We like this one. You can just do this one. And then we'll first come and I want to remove this one. So basically we're just trying to pick elements that we would like to use. You come to shape and then we'll type square, maybe square. Come to square and pick anything that we want to pick. So let us do a nice square shape. I want shapes selected. Shapes. You want to select shapes on the element so that you can do this. When you do graphics, you cannot adjust it. So let's say we have this one. So you come here, just play with whatever you want to do. You want to size it reasonably so. Click on element and pick spiral binder. Okay, I have to go to all. And then what color you might usually I usually would use black. So let's pick black, okay, and do this. Adjust it right now. Okay, what I want to do, I want to lift this up so it looks as though it's a book or something. Effects. L- Drop. So it has this shadow effect. Okay. And then next we'll add our element. So you can decide to just do this, call this pet care or whatever you want to do. Okay. And then you can decide to add this one. Okay. So this is a point that you want to really play with your imagination so that it becomes your own. So what is this called? This is called a pet care planner. This is what we're calling it. So we're going to then come here and add the planner. You can make this black color. So we're going to make this white or black. I want to make it black. Right? So we have this one. This is done. Okay. We've just created our cover page. The next is we want to create this one. This planner belongs to. You can also create this. And then you can pick this element from the template. See, so you can just take this from your done for you template and then transfer it to your design, right? You can always pick templates from your done for you template. That is the beauty of this. Okay, so we're here, we have this part. Next thing is we're going to add our index here. The whole idea is that whenever they want to go to the index that has the list of all the things that is in the planner, they just go there and they pick it up, right? So that's what we're doing now. And how do we create index? So I've gotten my shapes. Okay, what I would like to do here is I gotten my shapes. I'm going to double it and make this black, and I'll tell you why. Okay, just put it here and then put this one on top so that it gives this shadowy effect. We can also change this color. Maybe you want to make it lighter so it's really obvious. Okay, so you see what I've done here. Now I am going to group this. Let me see if this will work. Click on position and take it to the back. See, so we have this. We've created this. We've created this part. Okay. And then we're going to add our text here. And we're going to call this index or table of contents, depending on what you want to call it. Make good use of your done for you template, your already existing templates. You can just come here and get your text or use this one. Just come here, uh, rotate this. Oh no, let's just let's call it index. I think I want it in caps. Index. Let's change the font to something very just doable. This is the point where you really, add your brand, your personality. So that would mean your preferred font style, how you want it and all. Rotate it and move it here. So this is your index. We've created our index, right? So now we have created this part. The next is what? To create this index. That is this part. Now, this is the most interesting part, and I will tell you why. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to duplicate this page just so that I can use this top part. Okay, so we are now creating the index page. That's like basically the most part that will take some time depending on how many pages your product, your planner or your journal contains. Okay, so we're going to be deleting this part because we will not be needing it. I want to create something like this. So we will not be needing this part, okay, we will not be needing this. You can make this, just play with this. You can really, make this one, remove this one if you want. Just put this one here. Go to element, type in shapes here, and you're going to select shapes. So we're going to make this white. We want to create this. We want to create this one. So I'm going to make this white. Okay, you see that? You can reduce the transparency so that your design in the background will show. Well, you don't necessarily have to do that. Now, to create this, we'll be needing table, of course, because we want to put in all our content, our table of content, or the content in our planner. We want to put it in a table. Now, what you do is go on elements and type in table. When you type in table, you look for table. Remember, don't use graphics. Graphics is just a picture. You want table. So click on all, click on see table, and just select any table. So depending on how many columns and rows you need. So I selected the first one on, tables. Then you adjust it, of course. I'm just going to create few rows so you understand how I created this table. Okay. And then you can always follow through and do it until you have as much tables as you want. Now, you can, increase, adjust, you can reduce, you can always add more rows and column. All you need to do is click on this, click on these three buttons here, and it says add column. When you click on add column, it makes it 4. Okay, the same way you want to do here. You click on the side, that's the row side, and click on add row, and then you add row. So this is how you add more columns and rows. Okay, in this case I needed 3 columns, 1, 2, 3, and 4 rows. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5, 6 rows. I beg your pardon. So we're going to do that. I'm going to be deleting. So to delete a row, the same way, click on this 3 dots here and then delete column. Okay, I want more rows. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I want more, so I'm going to come here, add row to make it 6. So I have my 6 rows just like this. And then let's add our index. Just going to copy this to save time. We're going to be working smart, not hard, right? That is why done for you templates are very important. Okay, just put this here, increase it as much as you can. All these ones you can modify. Now, the most important thing is to make this table invisible. We don't want this table showing like this. We want it to look like this. And how do you do that? All you do is, click on this. Just click on the edge of the table and select all the borders, right? We want all the borders to be white. Then I want all the rows and all this one, I want it to be white. We have made our table to be white. The next step, we're going to fill in all the informations in our planner. And how do you do that? Let me take you back to the rough done for you template, right? So this is what you have. You can see here that the first page is pet information. The second page is pet sitter information. The third page is pet recipe. So you see every page title, you're going to be writing it on the index or in the index page. That's exactly what we're going to be doing here. So this is pet information. We're going to come here and write pet information as the first page. So you copy here, you come here, you write pet information. Okay, so we have pet information, box 1. Box 2, we're going to, what is page? I'm just going to do the first 3 pages so you'll have an idea. The next one is pet sitter information. That's exactly what we're going to do. Copy, come here. It is important to do it this way, orderly. Okay, you want to do it orderly like this. So first page in pet information. The first page after the index page is pet information, followed by pet sitter information, and the other one pet recipe. We're working smart, so we're just going to come here, copy it, go back to our box or our table. When you double click, rather, you're able to start writing in the box or you paste. So we have pet recipe. So remember, always you double click and then you're able to type or you copy and paste. So this is what you will do for all the pages in your planner. Okay, you're going to do all this. I've shown you how to do the first 3 pages. You will do the same for other pages. That is how I was able to create everything here. So after creating everything here, what is the next step? The next step is that you also want to start naming your pages, because this is very important. Okay, now when you get your done for you template, your page title will not be written. As you can see, this page 4 is pet recipe, but the title is not here. You want to come here and start naming your pages. Okay, write the page title. Page 1 is like, you can call it the home page. Okay, page 2 is pet information. You want to write this, so you go ahead and write pet, information. You're going to do this for every of the pages here. So this is going to be our index page. So I'm going to call this index page because that is what is here. Okay, then pet information is what? Page 8, because clearly we already have it here. I've already done all the numbering. I've just shown you how to do that. Make sure your pages are titled. I have already titled all my pages or written down all the title of the pages. It is very important for hyperlinking. After you've done all this, okay, page 9 is sitter information, or if you want it long, you can say pet sitter information. That's totally fine. Sitter information, like so. Right, so we are going to title all our pages just like you have seen here. Pet recipe, page 10. This is important. Now, after you finish doing everything, this is the last page, will be notes. Okay, this is the last page, notes. It's always, every tracker and planner should have that notes last page, so people can always, write down extra notes or print out and use. So your last page is notes, and it should reflect on your index page. Okay, you can see notes. Now you have finished writing the title of your pages. Okay, once we finish, then it is time to hyperlink. That's just the last step, to hyperlink them. First of all, it is always nice to group everything. Wherever they click on, it will be hyperlinked. So you can, when they click here or they click here, it's going to take them to the index page. So this is our index page. Okay, now how do we hyperlink our index page? Click on the text, click on link. This is link, click on it. You scroll down, it then tells you to link the page. We want to link the index page. This is why it is important to name your pages, so you know what you're linking each text to. So we're going to link it to this because this is our own created index page, right? You know, the one I did for demonstration. I'm going to click on it and click on done. So this is linked. Then we're going to go to our next page, which is this one we have just created. Click on this box in the table. We want to link pet information to the page pet information. Click on it, and then you see the sign that says link. You link, right? And then you look for pet information, and then you add. Select. Done. When it shows this line, it's already linked. Can you see? So once you do this, you see it's going to take you to page 8, pet information. You will do the same for this. You click on this, click on the link. What are we looking for? Pet sitter information. You scroll down to pet sitter information, click on it, done. You do the same for the next box or the next page. Pet recipe, click on it, click, done. Okay, so that is how you do for all the pages. When you finish all this, it's going to look like this. So when your buyer buys this, this is what will happen. When we click on this, it takes us to pet information. Cool, eh? When you click on this one, it takes us to pet sitter information. And when you click on this one, it takes us to pet recipe. This is what your buyer gets. So they can either use this as a digital file, or they might just want to print page whatever page this is, they want to just print the pet recipe so they don't have to keep scrolling all the way to pet recipe. You have done it for them and it is very useful to them. Now, to download this as a PDF, you have to be very careful. All you need to do is click on share, download, convert it to PDF. So you select PDF standard. Please do not tick on any of these boxes, because if you do, the hyperlink might be affected. So when you do this, just the same way you package and sell your digital product, it's this exact way we're going to be doing this. When you click on download, it will then be downloaded as a PDF file and ready to sell. You will upload it on your Etsy store as a digital product or whatever platform you are selling your product. So it could be Gumroad, it could be your link in bio, whatever platform. Okay, it could be Etsy, right? Whatever platform you're selling your digital product, you upload it and it is ready to sell. So this is what it's going to look like, right? So you have this, you have this. When they click on any content in this index page, it takes them straight up to the page that they want to use and they can use this digitally. You can of course go ahead to, make it more beautiful or modified to your own satisfaction to reflect your brand. So what I mean, you might want to change the color, you might want to change the font. It's fine. That's the whole idea, right? You might want to do all that, and that is totally fine. So you want to change, just the background to maybe this color. You see, you can do this. Okay, you can also change the lines. You can add some graphics just to reflect your personality or your brand. But usually I just like to make it this way, very easy to read, very useful, just in case they want to print it. You don't want them burning ink, right? We're going to just make it as easy as possible for them. However, if you want to package this as a digital product, of course play with your colors, because whoever want to use it digitally, they have all those beautiful graphic and different colors that they can play with. So it's totally fine, right? You have just created your hyperlinked digital planner using done for you templates. Okay, this is how you do it. Very easy to do. You have your done for you template. All you need to do is make it hyperlinked. This is how you do it. I hope that you find this video helpful. If you want me to try other done for you templates, we've just done pet care planners. There is calendars, there is journals, and a lot of there's planner, self-care planner. I have a lot of templates, right? Because of course I sell them. If you want a done for you template that you can start working with, I will attach a link so you can grab your done for you template and start working on it. And the beautiful thing with my done for you template is that I have niched it down. What I mean is this: so let's say you're selling templates, right? Or you're selling planners. You want to be able to provide more options for a specific niche or category. For example, this is finance. As you can see, this is a template. You have 10 done for you, ready to sell planners and trackers. That is for finance. Clearly, you can see that, right? You have budget trackers. These are already done for you templates. I have shown you now how to modify it. You can change any of these done for you templates to a digital template. Okay, you can also make this to be a digital planner, right? So you have options on how to fill up your Etsy store or your digital product store. They are done for you and you have the right to sell. I have included your MRR and PLR terms and condition. Basically what it says is that you're not allowed to sell 10 of these as a bulk product. What you can do with this is sell each of these trackers and planner, which is good because you literally have 10 products here already in your store or for your store. And if you want to make it digital planners, you have 20 products already. Do you see what I mean? So you're going to be selling printable and you're going to be selling hyperlink. It's the same principle. The beautiful thing is you don't have to start creating all this from scratch. It is already done for you. All you need to do is modify it, add some graphics, change the font, maybe change the color, just do something to reflect your personality, your brand. Download it as a PDF and sell. This is how you create digital hyperlink journals from your done for you planners or templates. You optimize what you have. It saves you the time to start building from scratch. You only have to make the hyperlink part, which is very easy to do. Okay, and you're good to go. I hope that you find this very helpful. If there's something else you want me to create, if there's something you want me to show you, I will be happy to answer all your questions in the comment section. Okay. If you want this done for you templates, bundles, I will be linking it in the description. So check out the description and start creating. Mothers, women, stay at home mothers, I am doing this for you so that you are equipped and you have all the tools you need to start up your online business, to start your digital product business, and to start making money from home. I hope that you find this video helpful and I will be happy to answer your questions. Thank you for watching and I will see you in the next video. Bye.